All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashmi, Awashai, Ba'ashim, Harikakwadash. Double honors to the apostle, elders, great millstone, and salute to the brothers out there, preachers, word, sharing the truth. All right, this is from Engadget. It said Meta employees are protesting the company's mouse tracking program. It said shockingly, Meta employees are too keen on training their robot replacements. So, this man Esau, he's setting up his AI robotic world, man. His fourth industrial, not industrial, fourth, I believe it's industrial revolution, which is like I said, AI robotics, merging man with machine, transhumanism, all that. So basically, this world's economy is shifting over to that. So they're gonna want to replace humans, organic humans, and replace them with robots, androids. All right, for them to do the jobs, to work these jobs. All right, so these employees at Meta, man, they're pissed off because they're basically training robots to take their jobs, man. So how you see? This is the devil, man. The devil don't care, man. People caught on to his agenda, and therefore it says in Job 20 that every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, and that wicked means laborer, worker, the workman, they're gonna come up against this man. These technocrats, these banksters, because they all on the same agenda, the depopulation, new world order agenda. All right. So the people, they're catching wind to it, and also need to have a father gonna put it in these people, the laborers, to come up against, the higher ups, that's calling all the shots. All right. Said Reuters reports that workers have begun circulating flyers at multiple U.S. offices to protest the company's installation of tracking software on their work computers. Don't want to work for an employee data extraction factory, the flyer asked. They've reportedly been found in meeting rooms, on vending machines, and in the most sacred of spaces on top of toilet paper dispensers. Pamphlets encourage employees to sign online petition protesting Meta employee surveillance program. And that's what they're doing with these jobs too, like these job search engines. They put up like a ghost job, or it don't have to be a ghost job. It'd be a legitimate job they put up. Well, not legitimate because they just want to use your information for their artificial intelligence, and gather information from humans, and they're gonna store that in these robots to do the job, Information, is actual treasure, information, just like this word, the understanding the Holy Bible, that's information, man. That's the spirit, that's the breath, that the Lord instilled in his men, all right, to come out and preach. It's information. And information is more powerful than. Let me grab that. I believe that's There's got to be an apocrypha. This information, this word is information, man. I think this Ecclesiasticus 1 maybe. No, it was 2. It said rubies. Yeah, Proverbs 8. I was thinking Sirach. But this is for wisdom is better than rubies. We go to Deuteronomy 4th chapter. You know, the wisdom and understanding is the law, statutes, commandments of the Heavenly Father. You know, which is our information. It's our instructions. You know, it's our knowledge. You know, that we have to go by and abide by, walk by. You know, and walk in. Okay, so the Heavenly Father's wisdom is better than rubies, man. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. The wisdom dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. Fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, arrogancy, and the evil way, and froward mouth do I hate. All right. Okay, so this true information, you know, that the prophets received from Yahweh Shemiel Shai, we have to teach it to the Israelites, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and only a small remnant of you will understand this information and walk in it. All right, but yeah, information is powerful, man. That's why Esau, you know, wants to get the information from these people to run their dystopian world, man. The robotics and AI world, man. You know, basically you get the point. You know, Esau being the devil. You know, that's the devil right there, man. You know, that's an Amalekite, man. See that? Look at that nose. You know. So, I wanted to grab Ezekiel 28 because Esau, he's the devil, and he's not original. You know, he's not. He's not a creator. You know, all he does is take from other nations. You know, especially the Israelites. He just takes our inventions and adopt it to himself. You know, Esau, he's not original. He's just he's a vagabond. He's a virus. You know, he just attaches to a host and try to create his own thing. But no, you can't do that, man. Just like this meta debacle, for example. He's just taking it from the creation of Yahweh Shemiel Shai, from a human mind. All right, he's just taking that information and he's just gonna instill it in something that's a shell. That's a robot. You know, just like you do it. With farming. GMOs. Seeds and whatnot. He needs that organic essence. All right, that organic essence that the Most High created. He needs that, So yeah, this devil's not original, man. It said, let me read this second verse. It said, Ezekiel 28. I'll just read verse 1. The word of the Lord came unto me, unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus. Tyrus represents Esau. Esau is the modern day Tyrus. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. Esau think he's a God, man. He think he the Most High, man. Even though you do need the Most High creation, you need his creation to do what you want to do with it, That's total. He don't give no kind of credence, no credit to the Most High Power, Yahweh. All right. He gives no credit. He wants to curse the Most High, man. You know, or God didn't create this certain thing. Well, I'm gonna do it better. That's Esau mind state, man. I'm talking about the top elite of Edomites, man. You know, Zuckerbergs, Noah Hararis, Bill Gates. Elon Musk. Just to name a few figureheads. The top elites. The Rothschilds, Rockefellers, all of them think alike too, man. They think they the Most High. They think they want to create their own system. Their own world. But they always need that organic essence that the Lord already created. All right, they not going to admit that. It said, "I sit in the seat of the Most High in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not Yahweh." Yeah, you're only a man, and you're a base man at that, man. Said that in the book of Job. All right. You're children of fools, man. You're base men. You devils can't go out in the sun, and the sun hates you. Because you have no pigment. Have no melanin. Yeah, so the Lord not dealing with you Edomites, man. You Edomites gonna go to slavery, man. It said, "Though thou set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, thou art wiser than Daniel." All right, Daniel, the prophet Daniel, he was wise, man. A few examples. He, about the, eating of the vegetables. The post. Like a fast or something. He ain't want to deal with the king's meat. He said, "Just me and my men, we eat vegetables for what I believe it was 10 days, and we guarantee we're gonna be stronger than the men that ate that meat." And it was true. And the account, that he had with Susanna, read the book of history, Susanna. He cross-examined, the wicked ass niggas that tried to, get with Susanna, and found out the wicked ass nigga that was guilty, But things of that nature, man. Daniel was, wise in, man. But yeah, this man, he's wiser than Daniel. He's coming up with robots and shit, But he's wise in wickedness, and that wisdom that Esau has it's not gonna equate to nothing, man. The Lord's gonna destroy it. Ultimately, said there's no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten these riches. It's also said in the Apocrypha, wisdom. They said the knowledge of evil is not wisdom. Some of those little lines, paraphrasing. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. I believe that's how it is. All right, let's see if I can find that. Wickedness. Ecclesiastes 19:22. The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. All right, so that's what Esau got. He got the knowledge of wickedness. All right, the true wisdom is from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, now to these scriptures. Neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. All right, a sinner is not prudent. You know, he's not wise. Okay, and ultimately it's gonna come at an end. All right, that's why Esau's kingdom is coming at an end. Let's go back. Where was it? Verse 4. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches. Yeah, the slave trade, but ultimately, slave trading the Israelites, and have gotten thee gold and silver in thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Yep. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, but because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of the Most High, behold, therefore I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against thy beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. Yep, the Lord is setting up division within the nation of Esau via the Russians. Russia's going to attack, America, and ultimately Yahweh Shai is going to come back and bring that that ultimate smackdown on all these nations on the planet Earth. All right, so that's why the Lord is setting up war, dividing these nations, especially the nation of Edom. All right. Now, last but not least, hey, the Lord's gonna come back and put them all down, put them all in captivity. All right. So, yeah, this man, he's in his artificial robot and setting up his MOTB system, man, B system. All right.